So in the last video, we set up the project and we created the page layout. And in this video, we will be implementing the time in range chart. But before we proceed to that, let me explain the data that we will use to implement the ambulatory glucose profile. So in the last section, I have already uploaded the required data, which is the processed data. Whatever you get your data format, you need to pre-process it into this format. I have already put the Git repository in the description below. I mean, on the previous section, I will also put it here. You can clone that repository and you can see the data format. So once again, whatever the data format you get, you need to pre-process it to this format. Here we have statistics, we have a percentage, we have interest. So, and here we have start at and ending at. So you need to pre-process your data to this format, or you can use this data directly. But if you have your own data, for example, if you have a data that you receive it from LibreView, you need to pre-process it into this format. So this is the format that I suggest you need to work with. This is easy to apply on the charts. So in time and ranges, we will use statistics. Let's create the time and range component first. So let's go here. Let's create folder components. And let's create time in ranges.js. Okay, so you can use React arrow functional component export shortcut, create your component. Yeah, so once we created our component, let's go to update.js. Let's import it. Import time and range from components, time and range. Okay, and place it where it belongs. I think, yeah, must be here. Great. Now let's check our UI. Great. So we have created our component. Now let's import the necessary components for the chart. So shall import, let's import charts as chart.js, and this is the title. Let's import line element from chart.js. We have also another elements, I mean components, like tooltip and category scale, and also point element, filter, I mean filler, and let's import line chart from chart.js, I think. I mean React-Chart.js. React-Chart.js onto. Let's also import the colors as colors, which is from not twice from colors. Good. So we have imported all the necessary components. Now let's register the chart.js. components. Okay, great. Now let's create our time in range container. So this is going to be minimum height of mean height of kind of 230 pixels px and sm of mean height 315 px width is equal to 4 and px is 5. Then let's put our line chart here. Our line chart will have options. For now, let's leave it empty, and it will have data, plugins. This is the main part that we will spend our time working on. Plugins. So we can put this one also as empty array. So let's create const data and const options. So let's put our options here and our data going to be here. Let's move them inside here, and yeah, let's get rid of this one also. Looks like we forgot one element also, Chart.js element, which is linear scale, and let's register it here. Let's go to update.js. Let's import the data and pass it to time in range. So let's go here. Data import from patient 1. Let's repeat this 5 times. So this is 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. And here we go. So this one is 3, this one is 2, and this one is 4, 5. Okay, so let's define patients equal to let's do this. Okay, yeah, so let's define them like this. Now let's go here and define our state for the patient, selected patient, selected PT, set selected PT. Then we state patient 1 is a default value. Then let's const readings, set readings, use state patients of selected patient. Let's define here const on patient select. Value state readings. Readings is going to be patients of type volume. Because here, if you see our patients list, patient 1, patient 2, patient 3, patient 4, 5, something like that. Oh, yeah, oops, forgot something here. So let's make it object, then let's remove this one. So when we select a patient 1, it will trigger patient 1. So yeah, once we do this, let's go now and say it's selected PT, means selected patient means. So it's going to be volume. This one is here on change we call this one and e.target volume. Nope. Volume. Okay. So patient name is patient and value is selected PT. Yeah, so that's it. Const readings, set readings. Set reading is not defined. Okay, got it. Const. This is the problem. And here we have something. Okay. Let's pass the data required to implement the time ranges from here. So statistics. Let's make them okay. Readings dot statistics. This is our data. Yeah. So now let's go to time range. Let's define our stat percentage. So very high. Let's define our statistics, our props here. Then it's going to be statistics dot percent above 150. But this value should be rounded something like, because if we have a value something like 78 point something something, so that needs to be rounded to something like this. So we need a rounding function. So let's round that like this. Let's create a function here, const round like this. Nope, const, and here we have a value, and we return math dot round value times 10, and end of. Let's divide this by 10. So we are rounding to 10 decimals like this, 65.4 or something like this. So this is our rounding function. Okay, so next one is I, and we use round statistics dots percent above 180. You can go and check your patient one statistics. So here we have percent below 54, 70 below target, and percent between 70 and 180 above it. So these are the values that we are triggering here. We can actually copy from here. Another one is target, and that's round statistics. I think I was, yeah, percent between 70 and something like this. This one is, I think, low, and round of statistics dots percent, I think percent below 70. Yeah, and very low. Statistics dot. Next one is percent below 54. Okay, great. So these are our percentage values. Okay, now let's define our data, and that's labels. We are going to give it like an empty array, because in time range we don't need any labels, or as you can see it here, we don't have any labels. I mean, this labels like 20, 250, 180, and 70, 54. These labels are custom labels, and we don't have also a data set. So our data set is going to be empty array. Yeah, actually data sets. We are going to implement the whole chart with a custom plugins. There is nothing we can achieve with the Chart.js built-in options. So yeah, we are going to use our own custom plugins to implement everything here. So that's why we're giving data labels and data sets empty values. Okay, so next one is we have an options. So in our option, we will define responsiveness true. Yeah, save is true, and maintain aspect ratio. Ratio is false. We don't need to maintain the aspect ratio of the chart by its own. Forget it. And here, let's define our scales. So we have y-axis. In y-axis, it begins from 0 actually. Yeah, begins at 0 is begin begin at 0 to border display false. This means the border. If we set this to true, you'll see. Okay, looks like we have an error, which is reading undefined statistics. Okay, so let's go here and let's give it something like this. If exists, the next one is okay, percent above. This one is not exist, so it's right here. Yeah, okay. Let's update this one too. Great. Now it works. So yeah, as you can see it here, we have a values here, y-axis labels, and we have borders. So we don't need anything right here. We don't need the labels. We don't need the horizontal and vertical lines. So we will handle them from the border, I mean the display. Okay, this is true and let's make it false, then the y-axis border will be disappear as you can see it. Then let's also go to grid, then make it display false. You see, the horizontal lines have disappeared. Now what has left is like the tick values. So we need to make them disappear. So ticks make display false. See, ticks are also disappeared. Okay, so now let's proceed to the y-axis. So in y, we don't need a border. So border is false. And ticks also false. Display false. Yeah, so if right here's border, we do something like display and then false. All right. Now let's proceed to the layout. Let's get out of scales and now layout. Padding. Let's keep it top. 25. Left. Kind of 25. And bottom, we need like 55 pixel. Right. 25. So like I said previously, okay, this is why begin from 0 to, and border is display to, grid is also okay. Display, this one should be false actually. Border should not be visible. Then grid display false, ticks display false. Then let's go to X, border display false. All right. Yeah, here we have, you see ticks are out of the x-axis, but it should be inside of here. Okay, now let's check. Let me set this one to true, grid to, yeah. So this value is the layout value. This one is just for this. Left is something from here to here, so we give it 25 pixel. And top is from here to here, right here from this one to this one, and bottom is a little bit longer and it's from here to here. So yeah, we have everything ready now. We have step percentage, we have our data here, we defined as our options. Now let's create our const sketch. We can say draw time in range bars. Let's give first thing is, let's give it an ID. Every plugin needs an ID, and let's keep this one right here. Plugins. Now before data sets draw start. This means before data sets draw mean this data. For example, let's say we have a data set here, a values here. So this function is going to be called before the dataset draws over the chart. Yeah, so we have chart, then let's const the weeks chart area. We call it chart. Then const left. Here is the values. These values that we defined them as a layout. Here is where we can find them. Left and then top, bottom, and then width, a. We can find them from chart area. So yeah, I didn't explain width and height. So chart is not defined. Okay. Oh, chart. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So let me turn this part to 2 with 2. All right. So height is from here to here. This one is height, and from here to here is width. Width doesn't include left and right, and height doesn't include top and bottom. So now let's define our variables. Const bar width, let's say 35 pixels. I will explain them later, but for now let's hide space between bars. It's 2. Okay, const. Another one is const minimum height. Let's use 11. Const total initial. You can say default height. So minimum height times 5. I mean, not minimum height, minimum bar height. Minimum bar height means 5 plus white space between bars times 10. So let me explain this. So when I say bar width is from here to here, the width of the bar, and white space between bars is the space, the white space between this one and this one. I mean, just this space. So we need that space. Next one is minimum bar height. So minimum bar height is, let's say, I mean, the height of the bars. Like for example, the green bar height is based on the value this one, but there is a minimum value. For example, let's say this is 0%, so there is a default value for that. So if this is 0, the bar will not be disappear. Another one is total default height is total height is minimum bar height times 5 plus there is 4 white spaces here and here. So we have 4. So total minimum height is minimum bar height times 5 plus white space between bars times 5. And next one is const height, or use equal to height. We have a height here. Don't we have? Okay, here we have an error. So yeah, height plus no, just minus total default height. So what are we saying here is height for use means the height without the total default height. Great. So next one is const space space bar to lines is something like 50 pixel const, and this one the gap between this. Here we have a bar and here we have lines, so we are defining the width of this gap. Another one is const space left to lines. So this one is left plus bar width plus space bar to lines. So space left, the space from left to the lines is from here to here. The width is from here to here. So we have left here plus we have bar width is this one plus the width of between bar and the lines. So next one is const very high range to height, very high range height. So that's going to be height for use plus times the percentage point very high times 100%, divide by 100% plus minimum. So to calculate the height of this one, we have like a default height, so it's 11 from here to here, and it's 32% of the height for use. And another one is const and high range height is something like, they are kind of the same. For use times states percentage of I by 100 and plus the minimum height per height. Another one is target range height is height for use, and here we have target. That's it. Same thing for low. So we change this low and change this one, because here it is. Yes, another one is also very low. Okay, very low. So this one is very low. Nope. Very low. Okay, so we have already defined the height of the bars. Const high range. So the pre-height for very high range is actually it's top, because it's only top. There is no any space without the top value before the very high. So we already have this one. We don't need, we can use top. And next one is const pre-high range So this is going to be 1, we have top plus, and then very high 8 plus height space between bars, because before the high we have top and then the height of very high, and then we have 1 white space. Okay, and for pre-height target is the next one. Then we need top, we need very high height. No, we can do this because this one is this plus height range, the high range height plus 1 white space. We have already the pre-height for I, which is from here to here. And yeah, so to find the height from here to here, we need this one plus this one and plus the white space right here. So yeah, that's it. And for low, if we need the pre-height for low, then we calculate. We have already have the pre-height for target. So pre-height for target is from here to here. But if we need to find the value from here to here, so we add this one plus 1 plus this white space. Great. So what we do is pre-target for low, we need this pre-target plus the height of target range height plus 1 white space, and the same for very low. So here let's go very low. So for very low we have this preload height and the height of low range height 1 white space. Great. So that's all. So our next one is we need one function which is const text line height. When we write a text over a chart, we need to find its height to eliminate overlapping between texts. Yeah, so for more I will explain that later. So const line height to ctx measure text of text dot actual percent plus ctx measure text of this one text dot actual bounding box accent. Now we return line height plus 2. So 2 is the gap, I mean a padding for a text. So this one calculates the actual height of the text. Const, let's define our bar range. So first one is so our color is going to be colors dot above this one, because if you see we have a colors, I hope you remember that. If you see our colors here, for time in range colors, we have above 250. The pre-height for that is top. It's only top. I mean, yeah, for the above 150, the pre-height for that is only top, and height is height of the bar, which is, so it's going to be very high range height. Great, so let's repeat this one. Okay, let me give you, this one is for very high, and this one is for high. So this is above 180, and pre-height is pre-height of high range, and high height is high range height. Okay, now for target range, the color is okay between 70 and this is pre-height of the target, and the height of the bar is target height. Wonderful. Next one is for very low. No, for low. I mean, we consider bars. Same here, bars. And the color is below 70, and pre-height of low, and low range height. And the last one is, I think, very low bar, and this is below 25, pre-height of very low height, and this is very low height. Great. Yeah, that's it. Now it's time to draw the charts. I mean the bars. So let's start one. So bar ranges dot map. Bar range. So city x dot save city x pass. Begin pass means like you're starting drawing. City x dot fill style means the color. So bar range dot colors, and city x dot fill rectangle. Rectangle, and then left. So it starts from the left, and bar range dot create, then bar width. I mean, yeah, the width of the bar, and then bar dot, I mean bar range dot height. It's city x dot restore minutes. Okay, now let's check. Let's go here. All right, so city x. All right. Okay, looks like we have a problem because the time arrange bar is not creating. So let's review our code. Let's start from here. So one, we don't need this. Okay, we round the values. Very high, high. Okay, here we get the problem. This should be target. Okay, low, very low. Okay, nice. Then next, let's go here. It should be high, not high. Here we have problem. And this one is target, right? Low, very low. Yeah, here we have this one has a problem. So pre-height, and this is pre-height. We miss it here. So to update all of them, first of all, you have to select one and then control, then F2. So this is a great shortcut in VS Code. Yeah. So let's check it now. Refresh it. Same thing. Okay. Let's go back here and check if our patient data is being updated. Yeah, here we have a problem. So if you look here, we have the names are without the underscore prefix, but here we give it with underscore suffix, the initial values. So now, all right, so let's check now. Let's update. Okay, the chart is now being updated. This is because of, yeah, we need a key here. So this means whenever the key of the time and range is changed, a new chart is being generated. Yeah, it works now. So that's it.